Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's New Comic Book Day. That means comics are hitting shelves all across the world, digitally, physically. Go out and get them. It's like the best day of the week because it's New Comic Book Day. We've got two more from DC Comics, two Rebirth trades. Thank you, DC Comics, for hooking us up with these. We didn't pay anything for them. Transparency. We want you to be able to make your own decision based off of my recommendations. Am I full of crap because I got these for free? Well, that's for you to decide. We've got Aquaman. We've got Batman. A, B, I don't think there's any C's. These are both the second volumes of Rebirth that are out. So we're gonna go alpha order with this. Aquaman covers issues 7 through 15, written by Dan Abnett, with artists Scot, Eaton, Brad Walker, and Philippe Briones. Now this is an interesting series. This is volume 2, Black Man Rising. I think it's very helps if you read the first volume to get into this. It takes you through a lot in that you don't necessarily have to worry too much. Basically, there's this organization called Nemo, and they're framing Aquaman and going after him. They kind of rule the seas. Aquaman is hated by them, so they go and try to frame him and pit the United States government against him and Atlantis. Of course that works, so there's a big, huge build up to a battle between the two countries. And I think that's the thing that Dan Abnett does that's absolutely amazing. He recognizes that Aquaman is a sovereign leader, or leader of a sovereign nation, and that he really ties in the fact that he's a superhero as well as a leader, as well as ruling over this huge kingdom that is underwater. That's something that's not always played a hell of a lot with other writers. Here it's very much front and center. That diplomacy is key. The build-up is really, really nice. It doesn't completely play out. There's some really cool concepts in here with things called Aquamarines, which is a brand new, I don't know if I want to call them a villain, but folks for Aquaman to go up against. There's very cool moments. We get Mera playing a decent role with all kinds of prophecies, so it's dealing with them possibly getting married. Overall, it's a fairly good second issue. The art, I think, is kind of my biggest problem with it. The art's not horrible, it's just inconsistent with different artists. Things change up. It's not quite as noticeable, I think, in this volume as it did with single issues. You can see it a little bit, but there is, I think, a slight different style with a couple of the artists. So that kind of drove me nuts overall, that the artists kept on switching. So, that does stand out to me. It doesn't sink the comic. I think it would just have been stronger with one single artist going through an entire arc, as opposed to switching off what felt like every other comic. But overall, if you like the idea of Aquaman being a diplomat, this is a really good trade to check out. As I said, it was a whole bunch of issues for $19.99. It's a little bit thicker than usual. We've got this Batman Volume 2, I Am Suicide, $16.99. Collects issues 9 through 15 by Tom King, Mikel Janin, and Mitch Gerads. Basically, it's Batman signing up with Amanda Waller, going up against Bane, which is pretty sweet. There's all kinds of interesting discussion at Batman, who he is, and his life, and how that kind of differs from Bane. Basically, it's Batman leading his version of a Suicide Squad, and it's really, really, really good. Tom King's storytelling when it comes to Batman has been top-notch. I've absolutely loved this. If you are a Batman fan, you should be reading this series to see the interaction with him and all these other characters are awesome. See him confronting Bane is pretty awesome, and there's some lasting ramifications through that. So definitely one you want to check out. A lot of the writing, it's very different than normal. A lot of it's internal. Some of it's done through journals. You don't necessarily know who's writing them. But it's pretty sweet. I absolutely love this. The art is fantastic. I mean, Batman has had consistent, amazing art for quite a while. Even when things change up a little bit, it's still really, really good. Just try to find something that kind of looks a little bit different. I mean, it's sweet. Enough said. That's pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. So overall, I really have to recommend it. There's some great twists and turns. This is some of my favorite Batman stories in a long time, and Scott Snyder had a hell of a run, so the fact that Tom King is able to keep up and continue this makes me happy. Basically, if you're a Batman fan, you want to get one of the top-notch DC series out there, I think Batman is absolutely one of them. As far as extras for this, let's talk extras for both trades. This one, of course, has covers. And we get the like black and white versions of the covers, which is pretty cool. And then there are variants throughout in the back. So that is a bit of everything. There's not much more as far as extras when it comes to this comic. So yeah, that's the best way of putting it. This is just fantastic writing. I highly recommend this. I can't recommend it enough. And as far as extras with Aquaman, of course, we've got covers. Going with some black and white. And then this has variants throughout. And there are some sketches in the back. Just want to make sure. No, that's going to spoil something. I don't want to spoil that. So we're going to go with these as far as sketches. So the trades, I think, are both really solid releases. Again, if you like the idea of diplomacy and Atlantis fighting the United States, go with this. If you like Batman kicking Bane's ass and all kinds of psychological stuff going on and Batman leading his version of a Suicide Squad, go with this one. Both of them, though, I absolutely love. Recommend them both for their own different reasons. I think Batman's just a little bit better than Aquaman, though. So thank you, DC Comics, for hooking us up with these trades. You can go get these now at your local comic book shop. If you don't know where your local comic book shop is, there's a link beneath this video, and you can go look that and find it. If you don't have a local comic book shop near you, we have two links beneath this video where you can go and purchase these. One's from Things from Another World, and the other is Amazon. Both of those are affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of that, and you help support our site by doing so. But first and foremost, you should be going to your local comic book shop and going to support them, because without the support, they don't exist. If they don't exist, we won't get cool comics. That's the short of it. That's my pitch. If you're into DC Comics, Batman, Aquaman, comics in general, you should check us out at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.